In 1980, I was in Mpho prison, locked away for fighting apartheid, the system that split South Africans by race since 1948, taking away our rights to vote, own land, or move freely. This story, The Tailor's Stitch, is about a man named Joseph, a tailor in a township near Durban, whose needle and thread wove hope into our struggle during the tense 1980s. His story is about quiet courage, family, and keeping the dream of freedom alive, told so you can feel his heart and connect with his fight. Joseph was a 44-year-old tailor in Umlazi, running a small shop where he mended clothes for workers and schoolkids. His wife, Grace, cooked for neighbors, and their son, Mpho, 16, helped cut fabric. In 1980, with townships like Umlazi erupting in protests after the 1976 Soweto Uprising, Joseph heard about the ANC underground work through secret radio broadcasts. He wasn't a fighter, but he wanted to help. His shop became a cover for the United Democratic Front, an ANC ally, hiding messages in the hems of clothes. Joseph sewed coded notes into shirt linings, instructions for boycotts or safe house locations. Grace delivered these to activists, pretending to sell food, while Mpho watched for police, signaling with a dropped spool. One day, Joseph stitched a note with my prison words, calling for resistance, into a jacket for a student leader. His careful stitches reminded me of my fugitive days in the 1960s, always staying one step ahead of the police. Police roamed Umlazi, hunting for rebels. Joseph kept his shop busy, mending uniforms to avoid suspicion. When an officer came, asking about a customer, Joseph showed him a pile of trousers, saying he was just fixing seams. Grace offered the officer bread, her smile hiding their work. They fooled him, and the note reached its target. Their calm was like my wife Winnie's, who kept our cause alive under house arrest. Joseph also gave patched clothes to families hit by raids, keeping them warm. In 1981, Joseph's shop became a meeting place for activists planning rent strikes. He worked late, his sewing machine drowning out their whispers. Mpho stood outside, pretending to sweep, ready to warn of police. During a raid, Joseph hid papers in a bolt of fabric, telling officers he was just a tailor. They left and his work went on. On Robben Island, before my transfer, I heard about people like him through new prisoners, their courage a spark in our cold cells. By 1982, Joseph hid a young protester, beaten in a march, in his shop's backroom. Grace nursed him with soup, and Mpho snuck him to a safe house at night. Their bravery echoed the 1960 Sharpeville protests, where people stood firm against violence. Joseph's shop kept sewing, passing messages to fighters hiding in the hills, his needle a quiet weapon in our fight. In 1983, police burned his shop, suspecting it was an ANC hub. Joseph rebuilt in a shed, using borrowed tools. He said, "They can burn my shop, but not my stitches." His words were like our prison talks, where we swore to keep going. Mpho, now 18, joined the ANC youth wing, inspired by his dad, carrying messages sewn into his own clothes. During the 1985 state of emergency, Joseph's shop hid supplies for clinics treating protesters. Mpho led student marches, his courage born from his parents' work. When police raided again in 1986, Joseph hid his sewing machine in a neighbor's shack, fooling them with old rags. Grace rallied the township to protect their home, their unity like the 1952 Defiance campaign ID helped lead. In 1988, Joseph's health weakened from years of stress, but he taught Mpho to sew, passing on his craft and his fight. His shop kept going, a symbol of hope in Umlazi. When I was moved to Victor Verster prison, stories of tailors like Joseph reached me, their quiet acts as vital as our Umkhonto, we plans. His family never stopped feeding the township's resistance. In 1990, when I was freed, I visited Umlazi, meeting Joseph and Mpho. Joseph gave me a patched shirt, saying, "This held our hope, Madiba." As president in 1994, I thought of him when we supported small businesses, wanting tailors like him to grow. Joseph and Mpho kept their shop, teaching kids to sew and fight for justice. Joseph's stitches wove our struggle together, his courage showing that small acts matter. His love for his community, like our shared humanity, proves we're stronger together. If you're facing hard times, be like Joseph. use what you have to help others, and keep hope threaded tight. Power to the people.